Hi, dear listeners. This week's episode will be about limiting beliefs. Do you have limiting beliefs? I think we all have limiting beliefs to a certain extent, some more than others. So it will be titled, Are Your Limiting Beliefs Holding You Back? So, what are limiting beliefs? They are assumptions we have about life, right? They can be positive or negative. They are part of our core beliefs, and our core beliefs are what we are made of. Most of our decisions in life come from our beliefs, right? So when we have limiting beliefs, it can be problematic. How many times have you told yourself, I can't do this, and then you didn't do it? I am raising my hand right now because sadly in my life, there are many things I did well, but there are many things I didn't experience because of my limiting beliefs, my fear of failure or of trying things that looked a bit too risky. The thing is, what we need to realize is that beliefs are just beliefs. It's something we believe, so it doesn't make it true. But when we believe things, it seems so true in our minds. Let's explore the idea a little bit. So we are going to talk about how these limiting beliefs, what they make us do, how they show up in our lives, and then we're going to go into granularly into what it is, and then give some tips on how to overcome the limiting beliefs. So just know that limiting beliefs or beliefs, um, negative and positive, really shape our life. They shape the way we live, they shape the way other people treat us, and they shape the environment we are in. So they are very powerful. It's the power we give them, right? So if you have a lot of limiting beliefs, it can really shape your life in a certain way. What limiting beliefs do is that they make you, instead of taking action or doing things, you make excuses of why you can't do things. You procrastinate, or you try to be perfect, or you jump to conclusions, or also you talk to yourself in very unhealthy ways, in a very negative way. When it comes to people who've been through trauma, I like exploring that. It's they can keep negative core beliefs in their adulthood. And these beliefs often stem from childhood. Sometimes it's not even just trauma, it could just be our experiences. I don't know if in kindergarten every child is drawing a painting or drawing something, and the teacher says, "Oh, Nancy, very beautiful. Oh, Lucy, art is not going to be it for you, huh?" So now Lucy thinks that she's not good at drawing or anything artistic. It might stay with her. That emotion might stay with her, and if she doesn't uncover it later, she might really believe that anything artistic is not for her. And if she does the work, she will see that it comes from that period of time or that experience. So it can be also in childhood when parents say negative things to their kids over a long period of time. It can really affect the way they see the world. And when they are grown, those things don't matter anymore. They will still be viewing the world from that point of view. It can also be different events in childhood on in adulthood, like different unconnected events, but glued together by a core belief, core negative belief. It could be, I don't deserve to be loved. And then there are many different events that tie to that, right? Limiting beliefs, they can push us to actually sabotage ourselves or avoid experiencing something because we're trying to run away from what we see as perceived pain or something, and then we don't experience something because we are scared sometimes that we could fail. So it can really be a big problem in experiencing life. Some people are so stuck in their limiting beliefs that they think they don't have a choice in the life that they live. It's like that. And sometimes these limiting beliefs, they can be from everywhere. It's not only from parents, and it can be from society, from our childhood, and then from fears too that we have, right? We can have fears, I don't know, certain fears, and then from there we develop limiting beliefs that stay with us. So it is important to know about this, because they can really rule our life if we don't realize that, and stop us from applying for that scholarship, because of course we will not get it. So let me get into the main human limiting beliefs: fear of success, fear of failure, fear we are not good enough to achieve what we want, fear of not being loved, being unlovable, fear of rejection. Yeah, so it means that when you fear rejection, generally you avoid relationships, and you people please because you want to be accepted. You can have a limiting belief about certain groups of people, like people who are rich or who have money. And you think rich people are this, but it doesn't mean that maybe you've experienced it per se. In fear of greatness, we don't deserve, we are not worthy of success. We have to work very hard, long hours for our money. Other people are holding us back. These are the main human limiting beliefs. If we see that the same limiting beliefs in items, it could be: I don't deserve love, I don't deserve good things to happen, the world is a dangerous place. So this is a belief we have about the world. I can't trust anyone or anything. I'm a bad person. I'm worthless. I'm unlucky. Everything is all my fault. I don't belong here. So when we navigate the world with these beliefs inside, in our core, we will make decisions that actually sabotage our well-being. um, so we can say, for example, in love, oh, I'm so unlucky, bad things keep happening to me. But then when we go on a date with that potential partner who shows signs of being unreliable, volatile, we choose that person to become our partner. Or we go apply to jobs that are not for us, just because or with our limiting belief, we believe that the job we want, we are not good enough to have it. So we keep applying to jobs that are not fulfilling for us, and then we keep recreating the prophecy, and it creates even more pain because we are avoiding the experience we want, and then so we stay stuck in pain, and then recreating this kind of fulfilling prophecy over and over again. So, so it's important to really get to know um, our limiting beliefs. Yeah, because the beliefs we have about ourselves, the ones we have that can come from society. For example, in society, if someone tells you, I want to quit my job and go travel the world, most people will say that's a crazy idea. And at the end of the day, I mean, why not? You can do it. What is holding you back? If you've worked and you've saved money, you can buy your air ticket, and some people even travel without much money. But everyone will tell you that's so crazy. That's because that's the limiting belief that society has put. And some of the limiting beliefs from society are not always bad, right? The limiting belief not to commit a crime or not to commit fraud, that's a good one because it keeps us in check. That's a good one from society, but there are some that are not necessary. For example, if we take the case of an example now, a person who trains, let's say, an animal trainer who has a baby elephant to train, who ties the baby elephant to the tree. So the baby elephant will fight to try to free themselves, fight for so long every day, and it will not work out, right? So, and then when the baby elephant is big now, um, he will not even need to tie that big elephant to a tree. He can tie that elephant to a stick, and that elephant will not go away because the limiting belief that has been constructed over time, many years of trying and being knocked down, not succeeding, is that I cannot escape this, right? And that is what happens with trauma sometimes. People get knocked down so often that they have this limiting belief, which becomes really very strong, because it's not just that one incident in kindergarten with Mrs. Whatever, who told you that you were not good at this. No, it's over time, trying and being knocked down, trying and being knocked down. So it can create really powerful limiting beliefs, and even negative, very strong negative self-talk, right? Where we think that we belong to a bubble, we don't belong to society as everyone else. And this can keep us from, even when we have the tools, the potential, we have the education, it can keep us away from achieving our what we want in life, because we sabotage ourselves even before trying. And we can have limiting beliefs about many different things, right? I'm too depressed. If I go to the party, people will notice I'm depressed, they will reject me. But maybe if you go to the party, actually, you will have a lot of fun, and then you feel better about yourself, and then you will see that you're not rejected. So it's really, limiting beliefs can really keep us stuck in this self-fulfilling prophecy. Is really, really bad for us. That's what I want to say. And so, how do we get out of this? Because the whole goal is to get out of these limiting beliefs. How do we get out of them? Number one is the awareness, gaining the awareness about your limiting beliefs, right? For example, if you believe that you're not good enough for this job, and then you keep applying to jobs that you think are safely for you, and then they keep making you unhappy, maybe you need to uncover something. Or if you have like a family member who always triggers you, maybe there's some healing to do there, because the brain is very powerful. It's not because we don't have a strong will. Let me talk about this. Because the brain is made like this. As a human being, we like telling ourselves stories about life. So we experience things, and then we tell ourselves stories about them, right? But it doesn't mean that those stories are true. But we don't know that. So if we can tell ourselves a story that sticks, and it sticks so well, and it seems so true, and it's as if we cannot do anything against it. It's like that. No, for them, no, he could travel because he has friends. For me, it's different. In my case, it wouldn't work. If for me, I cannot do it because I'm not like them. So that's how limiting beliefs, how strong they are, how they push us to protect them. So when we are protecting our limiting beliefs so strongly, it just needs that we need to heal. There's some trauma behind there. There's something. There's an emotional hurt that when we harbor our limiting beliefs, and we don't want to let them go. So there's a pain there that we have to go deal with, because sometimes those beliefs, when we were growing up, sometimes they protected us. But where they become problematic is that when we become adults, and then we don't need to have those beliefs anymore. They're still there and driving our lives. So it's important to uncover those limiting beliefs, because they were true at one point, but today is different. Today we are in a different situation. So it's important, number one, to be aware that you have limiting beliefs. Because you cannot change them if you're not aware of them. If you're in autopilot mode, you cannot change your limiting beliefs, right? So you have to be conscious, gain awareness that I have limiting beliefs. And number two, question your limiting beliefs, and then ask yourself, what if I'm wrong? I go to that party and no one rejects me. What if? So they lose their power as soon as we start questioning them. That's the powerful thing. When you start questioning them, that maybe there's another perspective, maybe, just maybe. And then you can also ask yourself, how is this belief serving me today? Does it serve you that you believe that you're worthless or you're incapable? No. So it's when you see that it's not serving you, it's time to change beliefs. What we can also do is create alternative beliefs. That's the next step, right? So we can create alternative beliefs. So when our mind tells us we are worthless, we can say, no, I am okay just as I am. I am capable, these really positive beliefs, but not just saying them, really feeling them and accepting them and practicing them. And it's also important to remind ourselves of our goal. What is my goal? What am I trying to achieve? And then repeat to ourselves our alternative positive beliefs. And then after we go test them in reality, if we think, oh, I'm not good enough for this school, and then we create an alternative belief that, no, I'm good enough. I've graduated with my undergrad. I'm good enough to enter this school. Going to test that on this alternative belief would be to actually apply to the school and see what happens, right? I hope this is a bit helpful. I want to hear from you. Do you have limiting beliefs? Which ones? Have you tried changing them? I really like hearing those stories where people gain awareness of their limiting beliefs and then they try changing them. I'm so passionate about this. I love coaching on limiting beliefs because they can just free the human being in such a way that you go from a place where you're just stuck to seeing that actually you can do things differently. And sometimes it's just so freeing. The saddest part is when you have a client and they're stuck in their limiting belief and they really think that if they do this, society will do. No, you cannot do that. You cannot say that. How can you say that? No, I cannot. I cannot betray my parents like that. I have to do this. I have to. Yeah, all this. I have to. I must. Yeah. So language too is very important when it comes to limiting beliefs. So saying to ourselves, I can't, I can't, I can't. I can tell you, if you say that, that's what you will manifest. You won't be able if you say, I can't, I can't, I can't. Sometimes I can, or I will do it. You try it, you do it, and then you see what happens. That's the best way to beat limiting beliefs, is by taking decisions based on that alternative belief, and then seeing what happens. It doesn't mean that you have success just by doing that. It takes a lot to change limiting beliefs, because these are core beliefs. Core beliefs are in the unconscious mind. That's what drives us. It's like the iceberg. So when you say I can't, behind there's a core belief that's in your unconscious mind that was built over a long period of time. And also to visualize what you want, to remind yourself of your purpose, to remind yourself of your goal, to talk to yourself with positive self-talk, and to also visualize what you want for yourself. If you want to be an entrepreneur, visualize the life you want to live, how you want to work, how you want to feel. Like, really visualize and enter that position where you feel it in your body. It's like a movie, and you're like, imagine you have like a 3D set on your face and you're in a movie, and then it's your life in the future and you're visualizing it. You have to really do it like that to stay focused. Also, journaling. You can sit like 5 minutes every day for 1 week. You take a piece of paper and a pen and you write for 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, all the good things about you, you know. And if you get stuck, you just ask yourself this powerful little question: what else? And then you see something will come up and then you write it. Do that for 7 days. You'll be surprised at what many good things you find about yourself. And also, meditation can help. And it's important, if we don't have the belief yet and we want to get somewhere, to look at people who did things that were impossible. Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King, or even people in our vicinity, in our lives, who really achieved things that we think are impossible things to achieve. And then we see them as examples. We get inspiration from them for our lives. until we believe in ourselves. So yeah, I just wanted to end with giving just a few sentences that one can replace these limiting beliefs with. I am unlovable can be replaced with I am okay as I am. I am bad, I am selfish. I can accept myself. I am not good enough can be replaced with I am good enough. I should have done something. I did what I could. I am bad. I can learn from my mistakes. I am a failure. You can replace that with I did the best I could. I am powerless. I am helpless. I am trapped. You can change that to I can control what I can. For people who suffer, who have post-traumatic stress disorder, you can have limiting beliefs like I am going to die. You can change that with I survived. I am in danger. You can change that to I can survive. I am overwhelmed. You can change that to I can get through this. It's important to gain this awareness because what our mind creates, we go out in the world and create it. So if you go around telling yourself you're worthless, you take decisions that show prove to you again and again that you're worthless. It doesn't mean you're worthless. It's just your belief that tells you that. And a belief is just an assumption. It can be changed. It can be changed. Sometimes it's hard because we are loyal to a group. A man doesn't do this. A woman doesn't do this. These are things that we have to step back and unlearn those beliefs, right? Unlearn them and say that, okay, they are not serving me right now. Another powerful one for someone who grows up, for example, in Cameroon and who comes to the West, where you have to respect elders, you have to respect people who are older than you, respect authority. In my case, sometimes when an adult was talking, you couldn't look them in the eye. But if you come to the West and you have to change that. You have to see that you cannot just blindly respect authority. You have to see that you're the adult yourself and you're even authority in some cases, right? So it's really important to shift those limiting beliefs to be able to live the life we want to live. That's what I wanted to say. I hope it was helpful. Share with me if you have limiting beliefs. Which ones? How did you gain awareness about them? How have you changed them? Have you found out alternative beliefs for your life and have they worked out or not? I would like to hear from you about that. Thank you for this episode today and stay tuned for next week's episode. Bye.